Okay, I'm back, and boy, I've done a lot since I saw you last. I did 2 coats of glue. I walked both dogs and fed both dogs, and cleaned up a little bit around here. So here we are. These are the pieces. Try not to stick things together that don't need to be stuck. Hopefully, I can get this thing together. Speaking of things that shouldn't be stuck together. Guess that's a lesson to you. Boy, I just saturated this thing with glue. Okay, well, we'll see, I guess. Okay. Try and get this as smooth as I can. That's a much better shaped head there. Don't show the BJ a no video for that. Oh, you mean putting too much glue on? Yeah, I put too much glue on, and then I went and let it dry with them together like that. I mean, the one thing about L200 is it does take a little bit more glue than regular reticulated foam or whatever. I put the right amount of glue on the L200. This is probably the best seam I've gotten on L200 before. Did you see his recent video? No, I didn't. The only one I saw was the one about how to break into the industry, and all I said during that one was, "Now you tell me." He's gonna look like RoboCop. Okay, so all right. Okay, so this. Oh, did I do it upside? I didn't do it upside down, did I? Oh no. Okay, we're good. All right. Hi, Tilly. Is Lily in here too? Okay. Okay. So far, so good. You wouldn't think she was as adorable if you saw how many times she pooped on my carpet since she's been here. She's been here a day and she's pooped twice on the carpet. Lily. And Tilly is not having a good time with her sister. Well, they're getting along okay, but I can tell that Tilly's a little jealous of having somebody else in the house. Well, they're not really siblings. They are from two litters that are about 2 months apart, 4 months apart, 2 months apart. But yeah, their common ancestor is the dog I used to have. Oh. Okay. I was going to start gluing, but I remembered something. I need to make a bevel all the way around here. Of the two, Lily is smarter than Tilly. I hate to say. So I'm cutting a bevel in this mouth, which I did already glue all this, so that was a mistake on my part. Like I said, this could end up becoming a costly experiment. Not costly. I mean, I'm using up the good foam, but all right, there's that. Okay, now let me put the glue on. Yeah, those are Teflon coated scissors. They're perfect. They're great. Let me make sure little dogs aren't in here. 1 second. Okay, so when I make the next one of these, I have to remember to not put glue on the mouth until I'm ready to. I'm about ready to ruin another shirt.
You should snap a picture and print it out to keep with your patterns to remind you that the mouth foam is attached differently to the head. That's a good idea. I should do a drawing or something to put in there. I'll do something like that probably.
Okay. So this is pretty much the same pattern, but the head is the old head. This part back to here is the old one, and you can see how much rounder it is than what I did before. And then this hole should match up to the eyes. And then I probably should have left it open a little bit higher. That's good to know, although I already did cut out 2 of them. That's not going to be a problem though. But that'll be theoretically where the wires will go down to attach to the mouth plate, or to the mechanism. We'll see if I even have a mechanism. Okay. There goes nothing. As I just about to put it in upside down. Well, it went in. All right. Okay. First thing is I gotta open up the back of his head a little bit. So I'm gonna fix that real quick. That's pretty nice, actually. Okay, let me fix that pattern first before I do anything. I'm going to leave you all in suspense. I'm going to leave me in suspense. I don't know where my pattern went. There's that. There's that. There's this. There's this. There's this. What do I do with my pattern? Ah, here we go. Okay, so I cut off this much. All right. And I'll transfer that over to the other one. And the only reason I'm changing this is because there's not enough room for my hand. to do it. So, okay. Okay. So there he is. Let's see. Where's his nose? So I can tell you right now, I should not have cut that hole in there. I'll probably plug that up. Yeah, I kind of need that space in there. I'm just thinking real quick. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bridge in there. Now I wish I hadn't cut out 2 of these things. Okay, so I'm going to stick that in there like so. At least he won't look like RoboCop anymore.
What was that character in Darkwing? Was that Gizmo Duck? It was kind of a RoboCop thing.
It was Darkwing Duck, but there was like the robotic um he had a unicycle, and he had a unicycle leg, and he looked like RoboCop. Wasn't it? Was it Gizmo Duck? All right. See, the reason I'm doing this is because there wasn't enough room to glue his nose or put his nose on. But who knew? My recollection of the original one was that he had a big gaping hole in the front of his face that had the mech go into. So this is at least smaller than that. Okay, so then now I can just tape it on, which is good. Yeah, Gizmo Duck. All right, so here's where we're at now. His jowls are a little bit more Yeah, I don't know. Whoop. I 3D printed some paw pads for my dog from a print file I downloaded, but the layer lines are bad and will require a lot of sanding. I may just put some black fleece over them or remake them in 1/4 black flat. Okay, so here's what you should do. Go get some stuff that's called, it's the red glazing putty by Bondo. And you can put a layer on that and just sand it real quick. And that should take away, and then you can paint them. And that should take care of the layer lines to some extent for something like that. Not that I've ever used a 3D print. I think that actually looks decent. Now I'm beginning to rethink this mouth plate. Maybe it needs to be. Just worked in a little bit. And then I don't know if you can see it, but my fingers actually are free. They could work those eyelids if I can get them working. Where are his eyes? Those other eyes I had, white ones. See, I drilled a hole in those other ones, which just makes them unusable. But they are at least painted. Yeah, I don't want to hear Squidward anymore. Yeah, he does have kind of a Squidward look. That's okay though. Once he has the hair and stuff, I don't think he'll look too bad. I keep telling myself. Yeah. I cannot wait to see what this might look like. So. I know this is all terribly entertaining video for you guys to watch. What was the smooth? Well, I'll try that glazing putty. I have some on hand from your recommendation in a previous video you made. These layer lines are pretty thick. Smooth? Do you think they're smooth? I have no idea. I haven't really had to deal with layer lines. I don't really 3D print yet. Okay, this is just down and dirty eye placement. I can get his wig out too. He also doesn't have his lower jaw. That'll change a lot of him too. I mean, the fabric part. So he looks down too much. So let me fix that. Again, all a process of which I know not of what I'm doing. So I may have to remake this head. I think I can salvage the mouth plate, which I'm going to have to, considering I don't have any more of that ultra suede, although I have to order some. But let's get the nose in the right spot now. But I feel like this hole in the middle of his face is in the wrong spot. See, this is why I needed to make one more prototype before I... So I want to show you something else I found when I went to the 99-cent store, and I don't know that these are going to work, but I noticed that these ladles were the right size for his eyelids. If anything, I can pattern off of them. I can make him sad. Okay, let's see. How's your computer? It's probably overheating. I did restart it when I was gone. I'll restart it again just a second. Let's see. It doesn't look too bad. Oh, I'm behind, though. You're right. I don't know. I guess I just got to I got to do a fundraiser to try and get some more. Get a new computer, I guess. I'm really taxing this 2018 or 2013 computer. Let me go get his wig. Again, this won't be the wig I use, but it's good in a pinch here. No, it's not good in a pinch. It looks terrible, but Project Puppet has set up an up and coming workshop in 3D modeling. I took the previous workshop, the same name, and after seeing how easy it was, I pulled the trigger and bought a 3D printer. I'm getting taller and taller. Here we go. Okay. So there's, oh, that hair is terrible. Once upon a time, it looked better than it does now, but it's been sitting in a box for, oh, there's a pin in it too. Is that the pin I just put in? No. I guess there's been a pin in it for years. Let's see. Okay. So he needs more hair, better hair. Okay, now I'm beginning to think maybe I should try this mouth. Maybe I will do one that uses this. We'll see. And I also think there needs to be a like that needs to be glued down like so. Yeah, let me see how that looks. So I feel like he needs a little lip. Yeah, I don't know. Let me get this horrible hair off of him. It's just making me sad. Okay. I mean, it's got a lot going for it, I gotta say. I'm pretty happy with a lot of it. Come on.
Oh,
Hey, Ethan, how's it going? I'm actually been thinking about, because I am in such dire straits financially, I've been thinking about selling all that, or at least a good chunk of that Antron I have left over. Okay, that helps out a lot. I kind of feel like, let me see how I draw it. So there's the character right there. I think the nose needs to be a little higher. I'm working on a mech. I haven't finished it. I haven't completely figured it out yet. All I did was make a hole that's probably not going to work. Let's see. All right, so he's right there. It's getting there. Thank you, Dave, saying it looks great. I'm liking where it is. I'm liking where it's coming together. It's just, the fine tuning. I started doing melon pool online in 1996, and I've been drawing it since I was. Well, I was most of the characters. Mayberry came about when I was 6, but all these other characters came about in about 83. So it's been around a while. Lily. Oh, well, I feel like today was a success as far as making this thing. It would have been even more of a success if I hadn't made 2 of them before I figured out some stuff. That's okay, though. Now he looks a little too high. I have a feeling the eye placement's going to be, once I get it in the right spot, I think that's what's going to make it work. And again, it's got no skin. It's got no hair. It's got these gaping holes in the cheek. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think it's getting there. Well, I think it's. How many days do you have? Do you have puppet versions of all of them? How many dogs do you have? Okay, so I have. Oh, in real life, I have Tilly, which is my dog. I'm also taking care of Lily right now. Let me go get Lily. So when my ex and I split up, she took Lily and I took Tilly. I took Tilly, she took Lily. This is Lily. Can you say hi? So I have Tilly, which I've made 3 or 4 puppets of over the years. I have not built any of Lily, although I've talked about it. I built my friend's corgi Daisy. I built Max, which is another friend of mine's dog, and then there's 15 Tilly puppies running around. So anyway, she doesn't know what to do with all these puppets. She's not as used to it as Tilly. Huh, Lily. Now Lily broke her leg at one point, so this leg is all crooked. And when I draw her in the comic strip, she always has a crooked leg. Okay. All right. All right. Well, so what have we learned? Not to prototype 2 puppets at the same time that are supposed to be more or less identical when you make a bunch of changes to it. And other than that, I think I'm doing pretty good on this guy. Hi, Tilly. And having the fabric come down in there is going to make, I mean, that's as thin as I can make it. So his neck will be right here. And then the body will come down to here. But there will be no foam there. It'll all just be fabric. Yeah. Come here, Tills. Come here, baby. Hey, Tilly, come here. Hi, baby. So here's Tilly. She's more used to my hijinks. Alrighty, well, I think we're going to get going tonight. I consider this a success. I'm going to rebuild these guys, I think, tomorrow in the morning, or maybe tonight, and get the 2 heads basically where they need to be. I'm going to move this hole in the head up about 1 inch, 2 inches, so it falls behind the eyes. But this is a good guide. This is a good guide to what it should look like. It's me, Ralph Zinobop. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.